Hello, my fellow humans. Today, we're doing another psychology word. Let's get into it.
It's kind of badass, right? Kind of crazy in a way I might need right now.
I don't know. Oh, that's not yours.
Stanley just drank OJ out of my mug and didn't seem to realize that it wasn't his hot coffee. Is there no limit to what he won't notice?
What's a 7-letter word for purse?
Satchel.
No, starts with an H.
Handbag.
Thank you.
I love this show so much. So, I have watched this show too many times. But besides that, the psychology of the word today, as you may guess, is change blindness. So, in this show, I'm sure you've seen it before. It is quite a famous show that was quite awesome for a while. Still is. The show, The Office. Basically, Stanley is being tested to see if he can notice any changes in his environment. And as you can see, he can't. Except when the clock is wrong. From this video, you could probably guess he's only concentrating on what's important. If there's something that changes around our attention, we don't really notice it. So you may be wondering, what is the difference between change blindness and inattentional blindness? That was from a previous episode, which you can see in the description below. Basically, the difference is that with inattentional blindness, someone is concentrating on something so much, like one thing, basically, mostly, that they ignore everything else. And it's usually something that can happen in a moment. But with change blindness, it's when something is changing. It is not just a moment. It is something that is ongoing, it's changing, and they just don't notice it. As you can see in this video, what they're not noticing change are probably the things that are not as important to them as the things that do change. So essentially, Stanley doesn't care who he sits next to. Stanley doesn't care what he drinks. Stanley doesn't care what is going on in this environment. He cares about what time it is to go home. And you know what? Just from this series, and that he is understandably not going to care because there's too much craziness and he's there to do a job. He's going to do his job and go home. Another thing to consider with change blindness is that there needs to be almost like a transition between what you're seeing and what is going on. And for example, if someone is talking to someone on the street, giving them directions, if, for example, for some reason, person comes with some roof sheet or the tarp or something like that between them, the person can continue giving directions, thinking they're talking to the same person, even though the other participant in the conversation may have changed. The general features, they're wearing a black coat, they were wearing glasses, they had shortish hair, they're wearing a cap. Those features were all they needed to have this conversation, because what was important was giving them directions, not who they were. Unless the person was incredibly handsome or pretty. Maybe not even pretty, but at least handsome. I'll explain the pretty thing later. So let's move on to another video just to see how this can apply in other situations.
Right, we are back. Changing my body. Oh, I don't usually do it like this, do I? I usually go in with a... cue the voiceover.
Changing my body to see if my boyfriend notices.
So, I was going to do, I have bought some shapewear, and I got it like a size down to what I should get, so it's probably going to me in. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I can make my hair look like I've got a bob just by tying the back. And I think that's a pretty extreme one to go in second with. I'm going to have to plait it and tuck it, I think. I actually can't believe how realistic it looks. Oh! What does it look like from the back?
Okay,
Let's try that again.
I ended up having to use my jacket to hide the back of my hair, but now it's time to go and see if he notices. Any changes? Yeah, recently?
Yeah.
There is. No changes then.
What?
In your
Okay. You've probably heard a friend, or mainly the ladies, comment, he didn't even notice I cut my hair, or he didn't even notice, okay, I don't know if hair color is one of them, but a lot of the time, you may hear the common things of, he didn't notice my hairstyle change, he didn't notice this, he didn't notice that, and that is part of the change blindness. My theory is that men generally notice what is important to them in terms of just general features. She looks nice today, she looks presentable today, she looks different, but I don't know why. They're not going to probably go down to the levels of, oh, she cut her hair, she put new mascara, she put on lipstick, it's a lavender blue or whatever, lipstick. They're not going to go to that level. It's just going to be like, oh, she looks nice today. Oh, she looks different today. You know, just to that level of general looks and so forth. I'm sure you have had friends complain about this before. Leave a comment below if you have a story. We want to hear from you. We want to share in the complaints. Before we proceed, a word from our sponsors. It's me. I'm the sponsor. So, I am a clinical coach. I help people who are going through a transition in their lives, or who are trying to achieve things in their lives, or they're going through a transition and they feel that they're struggling, whether they have some anxiety or they feel like they have depressive moods, if they have insomnia, maybe some phobias, maybe they have, whether they're trying to break an unhelpful habit, whether you're feeling just stuck and you maybe want to have some renewed sense of direction, I can help you with that. You can go to my link below in the description to get to my page. It also has more about my credentials in there as well. Feel free to reach out to me. Don't go through it alone. Whether you're overthinking it, maybe you're not thinking about it enough, maybe you just need some outside perspective and you need someone to just bring some things to your attention that might help you to move over the hump that you're struggling to get past. Reach out to me and we can go through this together. This next one, okay, is a challenge for you. We're going to test your change blindness. Just to start off, I'm going to tell you that I failed. I can tell you that I noticed something, but I questioned myself and I failed. So, in this next one, I'm going to give you the opportunity to see what you can notice. And tell me in the comments how many things you noticed. What did you notice? If you can even say what it was before, that'll be great. And before we get there, please subscribe, like, and share. Change blindness is real. And I'm sure you'd like to bring to attention, maybe to your partner, or bring attention to a friend that, yeah, I did change, or this did change, and I have evidence to prove that you didn't see it.
Clearly, somebody in this room murdered Lord Smythe, who, at precisely 3:34 this afternoon, was brutally bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. I want each of you to tell me your whereabouts at precisely the time that this dastardly deed took place.
I was polishing the brass in the master bedroom.
I was buttering his lordship's scones below stairs, sir.
Why, I was planting my petunias in the potting shed.
Constable, arrest Lady Smythe.
But how did you know?
Madam, as any horticulturist will tell you, one does not plant petunias until May is out. Take her away.
Sorry, madam.
It's just a matter of observation. The real question is, how observant were you?
Action.
Clearly, somebody in this room murdered Lord Smythe, who, at precisely 3:34 this afternoon, was brutally bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. I want each of you to tell me your whereabouts at precisely the time that this dastardly deed took place.
I was polishing the brass in the master bedroom.
I was buttering his lordship's scones below stairs, sir.
Why, I was planting my petunias in the potting shed.
Constable, arrest Lady Smythe.
Please comment below. Tell me how many things did you actually notice change? What did you notice change? And if you have anything else to mention or describe in your life that has anything to do with change blindness, or even some other subject from inattentional blindness as well, feel free to comment. Thanks for watching. Feel free to reach out with any questions or any other subject matter in psychology that you want me to discuss. In the meantime, bye-bye.